Growing up in the traditional homelands of my people in Minnesota, I didn't see anything that reflected our culture. So as an adult, I use the internet, I use technology, I use my art to reconnect people to our homeland so that they could be better stewards to the land. I encourage young people out there, Indigenous people, to tell your stories, that people do care.
Mozilla is honoring 25 people who are shaping the future of the internet. Here are their stories.
My name's Marlena Myles. I'm a Native American artist. I grew up in South Minneapolis in a place called Little Earth, which is an urban Native community. At the time, no one told us kids what the sacredness of the land was to Dakota people. So this is the Dakota land map of the Minneapolis and St. Paul. It shows our traditional sites in Dakota, but it also has the modern names in Dakota because, I want to represent the past and the present and the future in my culture's language. Dakota people, our art is sort of like community art. The stories and the symbols, they belong to the entire Dakota nation. And so, I want to create art that shows our connection to the homelands as well as provide education for anybody that lives in Minnesota. Native presence is pretty invisible to a lot of people, and so augmented reality brings what's invisible, makes it visible to people who are using the technology on their phones. And a lot of the sacred sites we don't currently own, and so augmented reality puts the artwork on the land without disturbing it. My first augmented reality installation is called a Dakota Spirit Walk. It's on a place called Wakan Teepee, which is a dwelling place of the sacred. And above it are burial mounds that are over 2,000 years old. And so this Dakota Spirit Walk, it lets people visit 4 Dakota spirits. And each one of these teach about either the Dakota history or about what's currently happening today about people repairing the land. And, I had people afterwards ask me, what can I do to help do more for Native people? Some people, they start cleaning up the parks. They want to, do things to plant for pollinators and take action in, the spaces that they occupy. So for me, I can already see the impact that it's providing education, but it's also helping people, be better stewards of the land. Reclaiming the internet for me is a way, I think, to reclaim that space and indigenize it and create that access for other people to learn about my culture. Native people, we believe everything has a spirit, and the internet is a collective spirit of all humanity contributing to it. So, I like to create a more respectful place on the internet.